Right now on Robin Hood Radio, we are speaking with Lisa Barbieri, who is a nurse, a Salisbury Visiting Nurse Association. By the way, any information that you want about SVNA is available at svna.org on the web. But Lisa is here to talk to us about several things that she is involved in and also that go on at the Salisbury Visiting Nurse Association. So, Lisa, welcome to Robin Hood Radio.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be a part of this. Good morning.
All right. So now, how did you become a nurse? I mean, was this something you always wanted to do from high school on?
Well, I actually, since I was a little kid,
Okay.
and I'm a licensed practical nurse, actually. I went to school, and I was, had two small kids at the time, and I went through the schooling process, and I'm considering going back on to get my RN. But I started I got my LPN back in 2005. So I've been doing this for about, 13 years now, 14 years. And I really enjoy it. And I really enjoy working with the VNA. They're a really good team of people and very supportive, and they're so supportive of our clients. They just give such excellent care.
I can vouch for that. We were talking before we got on the air 10 years ago. My mother was in assisted living, and when she went into assisted living, we started weekly health checks on her and also just weekly stop-in checks. And by the time my mother progressed to having to go to actual care at Gear Nursing and Rehab, everybody had come to know her, and the visits, which is the way we like to arrange it. My mother never thought that they were health and wellness visits or anything like that. They were just people that came to visit her to help highlight her day along with myself and stuff like that. It's really an important factor when somebody ages and is either in assisted living or even at their own home where they have that interaction. I think it's pretty vital.
Absolutely, I agree 100% with you. One of the roles that I perform, I'll just give you a couple that I do participate in. I do what they call health guidance visits, which is people that we do see that have been on service in the past. Usually, they've come from either the hospice care and they've been discharged, or they've come from skilled nursing and have been discharged. And I will do monthly, sometimes bi-monthly visits with them. And it's free of charge. It's paid through the towns they live in, such as Falls Village, Canaan, Salisbury, up in this part of the state, which is great. So they don't have to worry about payment. And basically, it's a wellness visit, and I will assess them. I'll do a head-to-toe assessment. We'll talk about nutrition. We'll talk about health concerns. We'll talk about medication safety, any things they may have that is concerning them. I always want to make sure they have food, and also provide resources that they can get help. Let's say, for example, if they need to get Meals on Wheels. We can give them some help with that. Or let's say they've had frequent falls. We'll try to get them on service for maybe PT services or recommend them for maybe gear or whatever for outpatient, whatever they choose to do. But basically, it's just another set of eyes on the patient when they're discharged. And I also do see patients that haven't been on service, and the doctor may recommend, hey, we can have this person come, this nurse come out, check you out. And they really appreciate it. And I find the people very, very appreciative of us coming. And it's nice. It's personable. And we just try to really be there for our patients and listen as to whatever they may need.
We're speaking right now with Lisa Barbieri, Salisbury Visiting Nurse Association. And the things you mentioned, I'll go back when my mother was in, by living in, like I said, assisted living and then went into gear. We did exactly with the help of Saul. I was so amazed at what was offered by contacting Salisbury Visiting Nurse back then. We had just the nice visits. We had the health and wellness visits where they took her blood pressure and everything. But then we did set up Meals on Wheels to be delivered to her. And once again, it wasn't necessarily that she needed to eat the Meals on Wheels, but it was another set of eyes delivering food.
Absolutely.
And on top of, so when you add up the Meals on Wheels delivery, and the two other deliveries, and then I would stop by twice a day, there was a constant flow of people around my mother. and right to the day she died, it worked that way.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, we really, on our end, we really do try to strive to make the patient as comfortable and as happy as they can be in their own home. And that's, I think, where a lot of healthcare is going, is home care, especially being discharged from the hospital, and you're only, allowed so much time in a hospital setting or allowed so much time in a nursing home setting. Our skilled nurses, we do a lot of wound care and a lot of, different things that the patient would need.
Well, I know that from myself. I had
right.
3 major surgeries, and I ended up having Salisbury visiting nurse come to my house.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it worked out, and it worked out great. It was once again another set of eyes that were professional set of eyes that could make sure things were progressing like they should.
Absolutely. And also at our wellness clinics, we do have wellness clinics around the area. And basically the purpose of the wellness clinic is, blood pressure. We'll do some blood pressure teaching. We'll talk about, I don't always bring the scale. Some people don't want to be weighed, and I make sure it's in a private area. So that, you have a little time to yourself, and you have a little privacy. But people that do come, they don't really like to have their weight checked, but I do offer that service if they want to check their weight. But we just talk mainly about their blood pressure and the medications they may be taking. We'll try to do a little research if we need to. Also, any services they may need, or any referrals they may need to see a doctor. I've referred patients to us, or we've even referred patients to doctors in the area that may need a little looking after, or they may need an appointment, or they may need to see a cardiologist or a personal care physician. And I've also referred for the physicians as well, given out their names, because I know they do provide for us. So it's really a nice thing. And I find the people, again, are very, very kind and very appreciative of that we do come. And we do go to Gear Village. We do the Lakeville Town Grove. And we do Falls Village, we do Sharon, and we're now in Kent. We have a couple new places, Kent Pharmacy now. We're going to be in Kent on the 3rd Wednesday of every month from 1 to 2. We are now going to be in Goshen, and we started that clinic last week. Actually, last month was our first month there, and we had a really great turnout. We had about between 6 to 10 people, and that's good for a small group of people. And, the word gets out, and we just want to really, spread our services around to help others and know that we're there for the community.
And the nice thing about the wellness clinics also is your eyes are out there, and
absolutely, absolutely, and you do see certain things, and you see all kinds of folks that come in, and we also are starting one. Actually, this is going to be starting this month, actually on Friday, in Meadowbrook Apartments in 9 Shepherd Road in Norfolk. So that's going to be a new setting for our blood pressure clinic.
The great thing about this is people will come to these, and you will see them over the course of time. And like I said, your eyes can notice something in advance that nobody else can.
Right, exactly. We try to see things before, but it's best to our ability. So, but yeah, it's a nice service, and as I said, it's really personable. We try to make it fun, and we'll talk about topics from blood pressure to maybe maybe they're having an upcoming surgery and they're a little concerned and they want to have a little privacy to talk. We'll talk about it. Someone's been going through some health issues, someone's been going through chemo or cancer. They'll chat with me. And it makes them feel good. It makes me feel good too, that we're there for everyone, and we want everybody to know that. We also talk about smoking cessation. I know Charlotte Hungerford offers a program for smoking cessation, and Sharon Hospital offers a program for smoking cessation. We'll talk about things like that. We'll talk about nutrition and nutrition goals. We'll talk about weight management, like I said earlier. Biggest thing at the blood pressure clinics is blood pressure. We'll talk about ranges and where they should be and following doctor's advice, and really, really important about taking their medications and following through with the MD if anything does not seem right. I really try to reiterate that with people. Something doesn't seem right, call. Trust your gut. You know yourself better than anyone. And that's one thing I really stress with all my patients. You know yourself, and we want you to be able to access that. Call your doctor if something doesn't seem right.
It's so important, and that's the
Right.
great thing about having and I've always stated this all along. When you have somebody who lives in your community, who's part of the Salisbury Visiting Nurse Association, it's it takes the angst away from healthcare. It really does.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe the trend, it seems to be going in this direction. I think home is where the heart is, and I think home is where things are going to become in the future, the way healthcare seems to be going. I agree.
It really is amazing. Like I said, I can just tie it into my 3 surgeries, where the first 2 surgeries I went directly home, and I was home with severe. I was home for like a month and a half and had SVNA in almost every day. And then my second surgery, it was like once a week, and my third surgery, once again, it was almost like every day. And it really is much more comfortable. You rehab and you get healthier quicker.
Right,
at home.
Absolutely. I also want to touch on, we also offer what they call a matter of balance. They're called balance classes. And basically it's a lot of stretching. And basically balance and core are so important in fall prevention. That's another big topic we do talk about. And we do have we've had various patients with various falls in the past. And we really try to really work with people to be safe in ambulating. We don't want anybody to get hurt or break a hip or anything like that. That's not a good thing. But we do offer balance classes. They're basically led by a personal trainer by the name of Masha, and our PT assistant, Erica, assesses them. And basically, it's a six-week session. They run through, they offer them at Falls Village, which is at 16 BB Hill Road in Falls Village, Connecticut, from 1 to 2. That would be Tuesdays. Every Tuesday this month they're offering that. And also they offer them in Sharon as well. So it's really a nice, and that's also free. So no one has to worry about payment. We just like to ask people that, if they do sign up, they just have to fill in a sign-in sheet that they were there. So we may call them next time just to make sure they're coming or not, But it's a nice service they offer, too, and it's nice to and the movement is so important, too, and it helps so much with healing. Movement and healing and exercise and holistic. It's a really nice holistic approach, and I think people really feel well after they do these classes. And I know people do enjoy them.
Well,
from the feedback we've gotten,
Well, once again, Lisa, thank you for spending some time with us. You're
welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure. Very nice talking to you.
All this information and more can be found also at salisburyvna.org. And Lisa, I don't take this the wrong way, but I hope I don't have to see you for a while.
I totally understand that. Absolutely. Stay healthy, stay good, and God bless.
All right. Thanks, Lisa.
All right. Take care. Thank you.